हरि ओम् आपादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणामाकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षमङ्घ्रिद्वयं निगमशाकिशिखाप्रवालं हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बर चौर्यनिघ्रं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्तरं नः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. Welcome to the third session of the first verse of Sri Rama Gita. We are still in the first verse itself. This is the third part of it. This is the positive psychology aspect of it. So we have already read the first verse. We have understood what its meaning is, and we have understood what ancient routine that has been practiced, and insight of that we have learned it in the samskara video. So in the positive psychology, what aspect of positive psychology are we seeing in the first verse? Tato jagan mangala mangalatmana vidhaya ramayana kirti muttamam chachara purva charitam raghuttamah rajarshivarye ravisevitai yatha. So again, it is actually related to the samskara. That is mangalacharana. In positive psychology, there is something called as positive symbolism. What is this positive symbolism? It is basically an invocation. We can take a illustrative example for this. We can think of a particular incident where we are troubled, or we have we are in a tensed atmosphere. Imagine a baby's face. We immediately get a smile. Imagine something that is positive to you, that invokes a positive feeling towards. Because as per positive psychology, happiness is not a random phenomenon. We have to search for it, we have to go on a quest for it, and we have to put in efforts to be happy. It takes efforts. So one such efforts is coming across positive symbolism. We decide what makes us happy. We decide that we have an affinity towards certain kind of symbols, certain kind of words, certain kind of pictures, images. Somebody's face makes us happy. Somebody's voice makes us happy. That is the reason music is said to be very soothing. That makes us happy. It brings us a positive sentiment. So, in our ancient system, this is what is the beginning of bhakti. It is the starting of bhakti yoga. So, when we think about it, we have Sri Vallabhacharya's Madhurashtakam, where each and every part of Krishna is said to be madhura, pleasurable, is so beautiful. And he explains it that way. And in the same way, we have stories about deities also. So I have this at my desk because he's Sumukha. Sumukha. If I see his face, I get a positive feeling. That positive feeling is what helps us be confident, get clarity, get rid of the nervous energy. So, finding that particular positive feeling, finding that positive symbolism that improves our positivity or mind health. That is the point of this particular concept called as positive symbolism. And if I started the session with a Mangalacharana. What was that Mangalacharana? It was a salutation to a guru. And then there was one Mangalacharana. Lakshmin tanotu nitara mitarana peksham angridvayam nigama shakhi shikha pravalam hairamba mamburuhadambara chaurya nigram vignadri bheda shatadhara dhurandaran naha. This is the Mangalacharana of Champu Ramayana. Champu Ramayana was written by Bhojaraja. Champu is a kind of literary work which includes both prose and poetry. So in that, the question actually comes where he makes this Mangalacharana, and he goes on and he replies to those people who ask the question, why are you reciting, or why are you re-narrating Ramayana? It has been done by the greats. It has been done by Maharshi Valmiki. It has been done by Vyasa. It has been done by Vasistha. So, what is so great about your Ramayana? So he replies to that saying that my work can never be greater than them because I've learned it from them. But it is going to be a mixture of all their narrations such that it is going to be rasabharita. It is going to be enjoyable, pleasurable for anybody who reads it. He's not saying his work is going to be great. He has clarity over there. So this Mangalacharana, we have a tradition where we start everything with Atha. I also said Atha Sri Rama Gita. Why Atha? Atha indicates a Mangalacharana has been done. That is an invocation. That is a positive feeling has been invoked within me before starting something. So that is positive symbolism. And this Mangalacharana of Champu Raman, it is very close to me because I find that the vivid imagery description is beautiful. It means, see, Lakshmin Tanotu. Lakshmin Tanotu. Tanotu is to spread. Lakshmin is overall prosperity, abundance, positive feeling, happiness, wealth. Lakshmin Tanotu. Lakshmi is also called as Shri. It is a positive feeling. Lakshmi Tanotu. Who should spread the prosperity? Who should spread the wealth? Who should spread the joy? Nitara Mitaranapeksham. Itara Anapeksham. Who? Somebody who is not dependent on anyone. Nitaram Itaranapeksham. Nitaram Itaranapeksham. Itara Anapeksham. Somebody who is not dependent on somebody else. Who is independent. Who is self-sustainable. Who is that? Angridvayam. The 2 feet. Angridvayam. Nigama Shakhi Shikha Pravalam. Nigama is the Vedas. Imagine Vedas as a Veda Vriksha. Nigama Shaki Shikha. That Veda Vriksha has branches. Those branches have further branches. Like we have the Veda Vriksha, then there are the Chatur Vedas, and then it further branches out to Taittiriya Shaka, Yajurveda, so many shakas are there. So there is shakas among all these things, and each of those shakas lead to one end. That end is what we call as Vedanta. Nigama Shaki Shikha Pravalam. Pravala is a spring, a bud. So imagine the Veda Vriksha. The Vedas have branches. In that branches, the end of those branches are budding. So the essence of the Vedanta is now coming out as a spring, as a bud. And that Pravala, if you have noticed buds, flowering buds, they have a pinkish hue in color. They have a pinkish hue in color. So this Angridvayam, the Pada, how are they? They have the pinkish hue of the Veda Vriksha's bud. On the Veda Vriksha, end of the Vedanta, you have a spring, it is budding, it has a pinkish hue color. That is the color of these 2 feet. Now the question arises, whose feet is it? Hairamba. It is Ganesha's feet. Hairamba. So, Lakshmin Tanotu Nitara Mitaranapeksham Angridvayam Nigama Shaki Shikha Pravalam Hairamba Amburuhadambara Chaurya Nigram. What has Hairamba done? Amburuhadambara Chaurya Nigram. Ambu's Adambara he has stolen. Ambu means a lotus. Ambu's Adambara. What is Adambara? Ostentatiousness. See, Ambu has a very special quality. A lotus has a very special quality. What is that? It blooms in a swamp. Panke jataha. So it blooms in a swamp. But despite that, uh, if you see the beauty of the lotus, we understand that all our attention, despite it being in a swamp, a dirty body of water, we find that all our attention is actually captivated by that lotus blooming. So it has that capacity, it has that beauty, it has this, it shows that ostentation. So it has that adambara, it has that power to captivate you. And what has Hiramba done? He has stolen this quality of that of that ambuja, and he has kept it with himself, or his feet has stolen that. That means the quality of captivating you, it has been stolen by Hiramba's feet. Angre dvayam. Vignadri bheda shatadhara dhurandarannaha. Naha is a personification. That is, Bhojaraja himself is praying for this prosperity. No, so he is saying, "I pray." Naha is him, Karta. So Vigna Adri. Adri means mountains. Sahyadri, right? Vignadri, Himadri. So Vignadri, mountains of Vignas. Even when mountains of Vignas come, Bhedana, slash through them, destroy them, crack through them. What can crack through mountains? Shatadhara Dhurandara. Shatadhara, something that has 100 sharp edges. Shatadhara Dhurandara. This is a reference to Vajrayudha. Like the Vajrayudha, which has 100 sharp edges, which can slash through mountains, Hiramba's feet has the same power to slash through the vignas that we face. So Bhojaraja says, Lakshmeen tanotu mitaranapeksham angridvayam nigama shaki shikha pravalam Hairamba mamburuhadambara chaurya nigram Vignadri bheda shatadhara dhurandarannaha. I pray to the 2 feet of Ganesha, who I pray to the 2 feet of Ganesha, which has the pinkish hue of the spring that has bud at the end of the Veda Vriksha, which has the essence of Vedanta, and which has stolen the Adambara, the ostentation of a lotus flower, and which has the power to slash through the vignas that I will face, to spread happiness, prosperity everywhere. This is the Mangalacharana that Bhojaraja does in Champu Ramayana. So we can imagine how this positive symbolism affects us. We are tensed, we are going somewhere. We see some good omens, right? We see some good omens. We feel good about ourselves. Whether the good omen is doing something to for the parisamapti is not the question, because that is not possible. In fact, if you look at Champu Ramayanam itself, it only has 5 kandas. There is no Uttaraganda in this, because Bhojaraja could not finish it. As in, it was not approved. He finished it, but it was not approved by Kalidasa. There is a tradition where the Asthana Kavi has to okay the script, even though he was the king. In his Asthana, it was Kalidasa, and therefore he has to okay that work, which was not okayed at that point of time, because Kalidasa passed away. So, in this, what we understand is, we are not talking about the effect of the omen on our karya. We are talking about the effect of the omen on us, on our psychological mindset. So, looking at Ganesha will not help me do my work. I have to do my work. Ganesha will not help me in any way. But seeing him makes me happy, seeing him makes me confident. Therefore, it gives me the strength to carry on with my work. This is the concept of positive symbolism. Because happiness is not something that we just come across. We have to search for it, we have to hunt for it. So if I'm happy, it is because I am intentionally doing those things that makes me happy. Or I'm finding happiness in something that I'm doing. It can be either way. If we feel that we are not happy in something, find the things that makes us happy. If we have to do something, because there are compulsion, we cannot get rid of those things. So if I have to do something, find happiness within that work. There will at least be one or two things, or we can customize it to an extent where we feel happy. So finding positive symbolism is a concept of positive psychology. So this itself is the task or the activity of positive psychology from the first verse. So what we are going to do, we will find a positive symbol. It can be anything. It can be an image. It can be a salutation to a guru, Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. It can be anything like having your favorite deity, reciting the shloka of your favorite deity before we start anything. Even before we start the day, that also is very good. Before we start our day, let us say something. Let us talk about that one particular thing that makes us happy. Let us wake up and look at a picture of Ganesha if that makes us happy. Let us wake up, recite a shloka if that makes us happy. Let us wake up and let us meditate if that makes us happy. Let us wake up, start the day. Before we start the day, let us make it a point to find something that makes us happy. That is the positive activity, positive psychology activity from this verse. Here, Mahadeva, he has recited, we have come to the last kanda of Ramayanam. There is no need for him to show that he has immense respect and pujya bhavana for Rama. Yet he insists on saying Jagan Mangala Mangalatmana. He believes that because thinking about Rama is making him happy. Thinking of Rama as somebody who is good for, who is a bringer of happiness is making him happy. He's going to revest his faith in Rama. Therefore, Mahadeva starts off this way. And this is the point of positive symbolism. The conviction, bringing about conviction from others is action oriented, but the conviction in self is brought out by our customization to positive symbolism. The more positive symbolism we add to our intentions, the more confidence we gain with respect to conveying it. Action has to follow, that has been mentioned. Action has to follow intention, but self conviction is a matter of the positivity that we search for within our mind. So therefore, bringing about a positive symbol is very important. So in this too, if the logo of the channel is seen, there is a Ganesha's this thing over there, Akriti over there. So that is a very positive thing for me. So the positive psychology related activity is to find the positive symbol that you like, that pleases you, that brings you happiness, that brings a smile on your face. Dhanyawadaha. We will end the last part of the first verse session. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण मही महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।